Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigvald here and welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to discuss the top 3 most hated soul rates. And this is not my opinion, this is not the top 3 worst soul rates, it's just the soul rates that you guys just don't like. And this was data gathered to polls that I did on the channel. If you go to my channel to the community tab, you'll see the last 2 polls, which were on which is the best soul rate and which is the worst soul rate. And we're going to analyze the results, and I'm going to try to vibe and kind of see your guys' point of view and why you might think that, and we're going to try to extract some conclusion from this in terms of what makes a soul rate bad and to what standards we should hold future soul rates. At the same time, the footage that is in this video has nothing to do with the video, it's just something in the background so you don't get bored. I could have gone back and taken some gameplay from the previous soul rates, so as I talk about the soul rate, there's gameplay of that soul rate, but bro, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just too lazy to do that. But yeah, all that being said, let's get into it. Honorable mention, Advent of Chaos. There's still some extent of hate towards Advent of Chaos, and Advent of Chaos was terrible on release, and it's still as terrible, maybe with a few bugs fixed, but for the most part, that's the soul rate that introduced crit immunity, lethal immunity, dot immunity. Pretty much every single way that we had at that point to deal damage to a character was removed, and they're like, oh, there you go, have fun. But since then we got a lot of stuff, and I made a video talking about this on detail to kind of bypass that, like the dark metal cards and the percentage health damage characters. So while it is still a badly designed soul rate, it's no longer that big of a problem, and also the artifact in that, and I think it's worth mentioning, it's actual garbage, it's the most useless artifact you can get out of any soul rate. But yeah, let's move on. Coming at number 3, we have on ice soul rates, and there's only one problem with on ice soul rates, because it's a great soul rate overall. It has a good artifact that you're gonna get, the final boss is not too hard, you can progress at a decent pace, but then you have boss Black Lightning. And boy, have I not seen any point in which a soul rate has received so much hate because of a single boss that you have to fight. Like in every single scenario, there were multiple things. With Rise of Krypton, which we're gonna talk about later, there was boss Superman, boss Aquaman, boss Nightmare Batman, not Nightmare Batman, the Kryptonite Armor Batman or something like that. But yeah, every single time there were multiple reasons, but on ice soul rates, if you were to remove boss Black Lightning, it would be the easiest soul rate out there to an extent, arguably. But yeah, boss Black Lightning is so bad that it alone has carried the torch of hate towards on ice soul rates. It's also the issue of artifacts in the first place not splitting passive stats, but that has been fixed since. And yeah, if boss Black Lightning was to not be there, this would definitely not find a place on this list, but sadly that is the case and he's not going anywhere. And the problem with that is it's one of those bosses that it's not going to be an experience that's going to be frustrating at the start. Like for example, boss Last of Joker, but as you learn to play against him, as you adopt new strategies, as you have overall gameplay, you'll feel yourself grow as a player and you'll have a better time against it. No, it's just piled up frustration. There's stuff that this man can do that you have literally no counterplay. Special 2 is the most annoying thing in the game. Third special is going to be Armor Pierce. He's got Chaos Tagging. He's got literally everything that can make a boss annoying put into one boss, and he doesn't even have the viability to stun him, because if that was the case, you could have just thrown Raven, Heartbreak, Harley Quinn team in there and been fine. But yeah, bad rip, boss Black Lightning, my dudes. Coming at number 2, we have Dawn of Apocalypse, and let me say that I do not agree with this. But as I said in this video, I'm going to kind of try to understand where you guys are coming from and why do you think this. So Dawn of Apocalypse is hard. We got boss Last of Joker. Boy, tagging in and out, summoning prisoners, and boy, with the prisoner, I'll give you that. The prisoner has a frame advantage. When he gets tagged in, it's going to be one of the most annoying few seconds of your life. I can definitely give you that. Then he's got gas that he summons when he tags back in. We got Emerald Green Lantern killing you with hazards. We have Darkseid killing you with super move. We have Manta with Chaos tagging. We have Boss Reverse Flash, which is another on the more annoying things on the list. Overall, Dawn of Apocalypse is hard. Personally, I don't feel like it should be necessarily on this list, because with Dawn of Apocalypse, the more you're going to play and the better you're going to be at the game, the easier time you're going to have. But at the same time, that doesn't change the fact that it's going to be maybe the most unwelcoming soul rate to new players. Because when you're a new player and you start the game, some people might look up guides, but most of the people are going to get frustrated a lot of times before they try to seek help or try to see what would be best used there. And Dawn of Apocalypse is one of the worst stories to go against bosses blind, like without knowing how to counter them and what strategies to use. So I can definitely see why you guys are frustrated about it. And this is also extended to the pay to win side of things, because Dawn of Apocalypse is currently the only story that doesn't split the artifact bonuses to the team. Why is that still the case? I have absolutely no idea, but that is nevertheless. So sadly, the pay to win is not going to advance too fast. The new players are going to struggle. Though with Dawn of Apocalypse, there's a few players, including myself, that have a good opinion on it. And some even claim that it's the best story. I used to do that too, but I don't really feel like that anymore. I still feel like it shouldn't belong on this list normally. But yeah, very mixed opinions on Dawn of Apocalypse, but at the same time, a lot of people don't like it. So yeah, it's too hard and the artifact bonuses don't split. It's as easy as that. Coming in at number 1, boys, some things never change. Rise of Krypton soul rates, and I hope they will never change. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hope the Rise of Krypton rate gets improved, though I doubt they will go back and change it. But I hope we don't get anything that detroits this from being the worst soul rate. Like, boy, this soul rate has everything. It's the most pay-to-win story out of them all, because in it you have literally a fight in which your Black Manta team and your Batman Ninja team are going to kill themselves unless you have a pay-to-win artifact that makes them not do that. That thing's funny to an extent. At the same time, this was the story that introduced Beta Club, which is one of the most controversial artifacts in the game, and obviously the most pay-to-win artifact in the game. The soul rate artifact is not good, not the worst. The worst is Chakra, but is the second worst. We have the Collector vs. Batman, the purple armor Batman, and that man is arguably to an extent worse than Black Lightning, because look, Black Lightning is going to be pretty straightforward. He's going to straight up kill you, one-shot your character. Nah, Nightmare Batman is going to chain stun your character, and he will take 1 full minute killing your character, and you have nothing to do but watch as he does it. We have Boss Aquaman, who disables the third special. Who had the brilliant idea to take away the third special? Since all the new players out there are going to deal most of their damage with the third special of Confront Aquaman. Or are they supposed to progress there? Or are they supposed to not get frustrated? And yeah, overall, by far the worst soul rate. Though for this one, the pay-to-play players that have Beta Club are not gonna really vibe with this, because with the right artifacts and the right team combinations, you're going to be able to even one-shot Boss Collector vs. Superman. The Collector vs. Batman is going to be still as frustrating, but yeah. A little bit divisive in that regard on this one, but still the worst soul rate. If you want more on that, just search on YouTube why everyone hates Rise of Krypton soul rates. I have gone in depth over there. Well, that being said, this was everything I had for this video. So what did we learn today? Don't make the soul rate too hard. Don't make it depend on artifacts for faster progress. Don't make dump modifiers to bosses that make them immune to everything. And last but not least, don't make a boss that will alone lead the charge of fate towards that soul rate. Boss Black Lightning should be, I mean, not removed, but changed a bit. But yeah, all that being said, this was everything I had for this one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share your opinion in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Justice requires order.
This is the future.